Hello everyone. This is going to be a short video demonstrating the use of a very important protocol for the internet called DNS. Uh, so we'll be looking at the flow, like how DNS actually helps us resolve the domain name to the IP. So why that is required? Because everything on the internet that's connected to the internet has its own IP. Like if you want Google, it has actually its IP. So basically we interact using the IP. Like Google might be having 1.2.3.4, but since that is not something human friendly, that's why we give it a name. But how does this resolution of name to IP works? That is where DNS comes into the picture. So let's look at how it achieves the goal. So first you see uh, the browser, we type the website name in the browser, like maybe google.com or savikhalda.info. You write the name here. Every browser maintains its own cache of the records, in which if you just tell what is the name of the website, it will tell you the IP so as to make it faster. If it is there, it will return the IP and then browser can hence make the request to get the data back. If not, it will go ahead and there is a DNS client present in the operating system as well. So it will check if the operating system has this information in its cache. If yes, it will return and then it will be sent back to the browser. If no, then here comes a picture of DNS, like how DNS this is the place from DNS recursor is where the DNS comes into this picture. So DNS recursor is the first in the chain of the servers, which in together we call domain name server. The use of DNS recursor first is that it will contact the root server. So there is a root zone in which it will contact one of its servers named root server to get the address of the top level domain server. What is the top level domain? Like google.com. So .com is the top level domain. Like savikhalda.info. .info is the top level domain. So it will return the address of top level domain server. If it is google.com, it will send, okay, this is the address of all the websites that is named .com. Now it will go ahead and make a request for authoritative name server. Authoritative name server, it will make a request to, so first we made request to root server. Root server returned as the address of top level domain server. So DNS recursion now has a top level domain server's address. Now it will make request to the top level domain server for what? It will request it for ANS. ANS is authoritative name server, the address of authoritative name server. Now authoritative name server inside the TLD's address has the specific details. Like now I know that there is something which ends with .com. Now I will go into specific details, like I want google.com. So it will return the address for authoritative name server, which has the details. Now DNS recursor has the address of authoritative name server. Now it will make request to authoritative name server for the zone. So zone is basically local database which has in this case two zone files. One is the forward lookup, another one is the reverse lookup. So what is forward lookup? Forward lookup is that I tell you that I want the IP for google.com, it will tell me the IP. And reverse lookup is that if you tell the IP, it will tell the domain name. But given that it is customized by the admin. So basically it has two records. Mostly it checks for the forward lookup record zone file. So you give the IP, it returns the you give the to forward lookup, you give the domain name, it returns the IP address. So now DNS recursor has the IP address corresponding to domain, and then corresponding to the domain name, it will return it back to DNS client. It typically caches it because if you, as you see, it is a very complicated and time-taking process. So it caches it, stores it locally, so that the speed gets improved, and then it gets back to the browser, and hence we make the further request. So this is a high-level understanding for the domain name server. Thank you.